Okay, GED test and why you can't pass. So that's going to be the focus of this video. Um, I think you'll find this pretty impactful. At least that's the goal of what I'm going to try to get across in this particular video. But with that being said, if you're new to my channel, I'm assuming that you are interested in GED. I actually have many videos on a GED, specifically math and some other areas as well. But hopefully you'll consider becoming a subscriber. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification because I'm posting all the time. That's what you'll when you hit this bell notification, you'll get updates on my latest videos. And then lastly, if you need help with GED math, and that is the #1 area where people struggle in, I'll leave a link in the description of this video to my GED math prep course. But with that being said, let's take a look at this, okay? Why you can't pass the GED. So I'm going to just draw a little stick figure here. I kind of like to use these stick figures as models when I'm talking about this type of stuff. So let's take a look at this question, okay? So why you can't pass, all right? Maybe there should be a question mark here. So why don't you make your list, all right? So let's suppose, whoever I'm speaking to on the other end of this video, you have a name, okay? I have a name. My name is John, and your name is whatever it is. And it's a pleasure to meet you and be able to talk to you for a second here. So you're probably watching this video because you've struggled with the GED or you're intimidated by it or something along those lines. So why can't you pass? Okay, like you should stop for a moment here, maybe pause the video and write your reasons out. Maybe make it a list of 3 to 5 things, okay? Why can't you pass? All right, so let's just let's have 3 reasons. And let's just suppose these are maybe some of the things I've heard. And I've heard a lot of things through the years on people's characterizations. But why can't you pass? Maybe you're just like terrible at math. All right. And there's just no way that you're going to be able to learn that math, to pass. Maybe another reason is you're terrible at English. Okay. Like there's really, it's unrealistic for you to think that you're going to be able to read, write English, at a level that's really required for the GED. And maybe another thing is you just have just too much going on, right? You just got too much stress in your life. You work 2, 3 jobs. You have kids. You have a medical condition. It's just really just too much. Okay, and you know, so it's just not going to work. All right. Now, let's just stop and pause. Okay. These are your reasons, and maybe these are probably pretty common reasons. Well, let's actually add in one more. Okay. Maybe you've taken the GED 3 times and you failed. All right. Each time you've gotten worse. You just can't improve your score. So there's just no hope, right? You just can't pass. You can't pass the exam because you've already taken it a few times and you've proven to yourself that you can't pass the exam. So what's my point here? Is my point of this video just to reinforce, like, hey, you can't pass it? Yeah, I agree with you. Whatever your name is. Okay. Well, no, obviously, right? This is just a catch line phrase to get us to be hopeful. All right. So what is the problem here? What is the whole structure of this statement? Why you can't pass? Okay. Like, what is the deal? Well, I'm going to tell you what the deal is so we can move on and actually go from dark to light. Okay. Go from not being hopeful, depressed, to being excited and certain. All right. So what is the deal? Well, the deal is the question you ask yourself. Okay. There's so many people walking around that are telling themselves, I can't pass. I can't pass. This is what they're saying. I can't pass. I can't pass, or I can't do it, or I can't. Okay. And what you're saying is, when you say this, you're basically telling your brain to give me reasons your brain, when you make a statement like this, okay, a lot of people, they kind of like dismiss how your brain works, how your thinking works. I mean, the subconscious brain. A lot of people say, that's kind of fluky. I'm going to kind of dismiss that. That's it really doesn't have any much bearing. That's for like people who meditate, yada, yada, yada. Let me tell you something. You couldn't be further from the truth. You have to be extremely aware of the messages you are sending yourself, specifically in the form of questions, okay? Or statements. Okay, if you say I can't pass, you're basically telling your brain, okay, brain, listen, I can't pass, and I need you to justify that. So your brain's going to be like, okay, you got this, you got that, you got this, and you got that, and then your brain's over here and say, hey, how am I doing? Am I doing good? Are these good enough reasons to support, your statement? Then you'll be like, yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm feeling good because this now matches, what I'm thinking, and my brain's giving me reasons, and I'm like, hey, you're supporting what I'm saying. So it's like having a friend. It's really your brain is like somebody over here. Okay, let's actually do it this way. A negative person and a positive person. Your brain can be either one of these guys. All right. If you said I can't pass, and you go to your negative friend, they're going to be like, yeah, you can't do it because you're this, you're this, you're this, you're this. And you're like, yep, you're right, you're right. That's exactly what I am. And guess what? I'm not even going to try anymore. I'm going to basically take that goal of passing a GED. I'm going to put it to the side, and I'm going to lower my self-esteem to kind of like match, my perception of myself, right? So you got to be extremely aware of the questions and statements you ask yourself. Okay, so let's kind of switch this. Instead of I can't pass, let's say how can I pass? How can I pass the GED? Okay, how can I pass? So your brain's going to go to work on this. Now, here's the thing: when you have a question like this, how can I pass the GED? You're kind of like your order. You're putting in your order, like if you're a McDonald's, you're like, hey, I want this, this, and this. You're giving your brain a task to do. So your brain is going to have to probably say, all right, where should I farm off this question? This is a kind of a positive question, right? This is a positive version. Okay, it's affirmative. It's just positive in its nature. Whereas I can't pass is negative, right? So your brain's like, oh, this is negative. I'm going to give it to this guy here to give you a bunch of good reasons why you can't pass because it's a negative statement, right? But if I say, how can I pass? Your brain's not going to go to this guy. It's like, that's the wrong person. I'm going to go send it to this person, okay? How can I pass the GED? And guess what? This person's like, yes, you can definitely do this. You can do it because of this, because of this, because of this, because of this, okay? So the statements and questions you ask yourself, all right, are going to go to either one or two versions, your subconscious versions of yourself. You're either going to go to your negative one or your positive one, or you can call it your empowering one, or the one that's going to keep supporting failure or a negative self-image, however you want to call it. Okay, I like to use little models or metaphors because it just keeps it kind of really simple and easy for me to understand because this applies to everybody, myself included. Okay, it's like this is not just like you struggling with the GED. It's just like all of us in life, right? Like we have goals, we have dreams, so we have to be careful on what we're rationalizing to ourselves, and you got to really start thinking about the questions you are asking yourself, either verbally when you speak them or subconsciously, like your thinking pattern. You're reinforcing, I can't do this, I don't think I can do this, yada yada. You got to switch that around. So probably the best thing I can suggest to people is put this on paper. Okay, like start writing down your reasons, like how can I pass a GED? Maybe make a bunch of reasons there. But the other side, why must I pass the GED? make a bunch of reasons there. And you need to review this constantly, probably maybe a couple times a day. Because if you don't have your GED, you really need to get it. Okay, you need to really pass this thing. Now, are they just going to give you this GED? I mean, like, are you just going to go in there and get lucky? No, a lot of people just kind of go in and take this test, and then they come to discover that the exam is actually, pretty challenging. Okay, so you're going to have to make it a priority and really focus on doing it. But here's the deal: ultimately, it comes down to focus. All right, what you focus on is what's going to actually become into your reality. If you focus on I must pass the GED and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make that happen, your brain's going to get you the answers. Okay, your brain is like a radar system. Be like, okay, let's go do this. We're not gonna stop until we do this. However, or likewise, if you focus on I can't pass, that's terrible, right? Just think about that. If you are focusing on I can't pass or I don't think I'll ever pass, you're putting all your energy on just chipping away at your self-esteem, your self-confidence. Not only are you just going to continue to lower your self-confidence and self-esteem, you're not going to even pass the GED. Okay, with that kind of mental disposition. So you're hurting yourself in multiple different ways. One, you're not going to achieve your goal, and at the same time, you're going to be bringing down your self-esteem. So it's probably even better not to even think about it in the first place, right? I would be like, just don't even think about that. Go have fun or go do whatever, do something else, but don't think about something that's going to hurt you. Um, so what's the deal here? What's the whole point of this video? Is you're going to have an honest conversation with yourself, especially if you're struggling with the GED, okay? Or if you're having difficulty with it, you need to stop and take a look at your thinking patterns. That's why I do a lot of videos on this. Your thinking patterns can also come in the form of habits, okay? But you have to fundamentally look at the questions and statements you're asking yourself. And you're going to have to get very, very honest with yourself and be like, okay, am I speaking to the positive person or the negative person? And if you speak to both, if you're speaking to both of these guys, what's a positive plus, let's say, a positive 1 plus a negative 1, okay? Well, it's 0, okay? You're not going to get anywhere, all right? So let's just kind of do it this way. You don't want to, here's 0, here's negative 1, here's positive 1. You don't want to be halfway positive and then like, I don't know if I could do it, and then you're like negative. Guess what? Because you're not going to move. You're not going to move your life forward. You're just going to basically stay still. And that's a 0. That's many people, by the way. A lot of you out there get excited. Oh, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. And then you're like, oh, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And what's the result? We both know you don't do anything, right? I mean, you don't progress. Let's just say you don't do anything. You try a little bit, and then you get deflated and you come back down, right? Because you're just kind of bouncing in between this range, but basically you're not making much progress. The way to really make significant progress is, hey, if I progress, and then even if I'm struggling, I'm not going to lose what I've gained in terms of my belief in myself. Okay, look at all the good things and forget the bad things. You can reflect on the bad things, i.e., let's say you're struggling with math or something. Just you don't reflect on them like I can't do it. You have to be intelligent and look at the feedback, so you're not living in a fantasy, right? Be real in terms of, okay, I need to work harder. I need to get a better plan so I can continue to move forward. Okay, just as long as your movement is positive, you're going to achieve passing the GED. I can tell you right now, unless there's some extraordinary circumstance that's temporarily holding you back from passing the GED, you can absolutely pass this, okay? But this is very much a mental, I don't want to say a mental game, but a mental challenge for a lot of people, okay? Especially if you've been out of school for a long time, or if you're getting your GEDs, clearly something happened at your high school level that your education in some way got disrupted. So you're probably already have some mental handicap about your own ability to learn, or maybe not learn, but clearly something didn't go right for you because you don't have your high school diploma. So you got some feelings about that, and understandably so. So you're going to have to be super crystal clear, and you're going to have to really be like in total control of your thought patterns. Okay, and this is a good thing because maybe this will be the experience that is going to help you refine how you speak to yourself in a positive way. Because once you pass the GED, and I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to pass it, right? If you're still listening to me, well, right now in this video, if you're still listening to me, obviously you can only hear me if you continue to listen to me. You've made it through this far. I don't know how long I've been talking. Maybe it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, but you're still listening to me. That tells me that hey, you got it in your gut, in your heart to pass this thing. So already, I'm going to tell you right now, you have it. You're going to pass this. You will pass this. If you've already spent this many minutes listening to this message, I hope that you're inspired and you're motivated. You're like, this guy is right. He's, I'm not a genius. What I'm just telling you is, through many years of experience and also a lot of, self-seeking, process of my own to improve and whatnot. But I'm telling you right now, this is really powerful stuff. And it's not just my ideas. This comes from a lot of people out there that are, kind of high achievers that know how to pass. You don't have to be anyone other than who you are to achieve great things. Okay. What you have to do is get control of your brain and your thoughts. That is where success lies. So let's go and just leave it there. And again, my idea, I make these videos because I'm very passionate about, helping people, especially people who, need to go get their GED for a big number of reasons. And hopefully you'll become a subscriber and you'll take a look at my other videos. I speak on a lot of those topics on why you need to get your GED, etc. But anyways, if you do subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification. The number one reason people do struggle statistically, they don't get there or they're having a tough time passing GED is the math portion of it. It is pretty, I'd say challenging, but yeah, there is a lot of mathematics there. Again, I'll leave a link in the description of this video to my GED math course. You can take a look at it if you're looking for additional help with that. And if you enjoyed the video, I definitely would appreciate a thumbs up. And leave me some feedback. It basically lets me know how I'm doing, how I'm, impacting you, and if you have questions, and maybe I can make a future video on some of your questions. But it gives me ideas on how I can better serve you. But I'm very passionate about this because ultimately, if there's something I can do in this world where I can promote a message of success and connect with somebody out there, so you can do something, extraordinary in your life, and it is great to get your education and expand yourself, then that, is why I make these videos. But with that being said, I definitely appreciate your time. I wish you all the best and have a great day.